The elevator doors opened, revealing the same green monster they had encountered in the elevator earlier. The monster roared as it lunged forward. Bai scoffed. Die, he snarled, swinging his blade in a swift arc. Bai sighed in relief. I knew something was off, he muttered. I never imagined there'd be a monster like that in there. Is this some kind of alien movie? Xiao then pointed out that the elevator was corroded and unusable, while Hui also expressed her disgust. Lu, however, was eager to see what was going on. I want to see too, she complained. Bai, realizing their predicament, said, this is bad. We can't go down that way anymore. Then, they heard a buzzing sound again. Hui cried out, more mosquitoes. Bai was shocked. Damn it, they're coming from the stairwell we just used. He grabbed something, probably a bag. You too, go find a room where you can hide. I'll handle this. Bai was a little worried. I hope this chrysanthemum mosquito coil works, he muttered. Just then, the women noticed something. There seems to be only one apartment here, and the door's open. Bai grumbled. What the hell? How is it possible that this building is even more dangerous than outside? Once inside, the door closed behind them. He noted that it seemed to be a very high-quality door. Those mosquitoes aren't very strong, he said, just fast. They shouldn't be able to get through this door. He then turned to the others. From now on you need to stay close to me at all times, because everything seems to indicate we've entered the infected zone. Bai added, from now on, infected people could pop out from anywhere. Everyone needs to be careful. Lu then asked, Uncle, what happened to the uncle with the green hat? Bai, feeling a bit helpless, tried to reassure her. He went upstairs to keep looking for your mom. You'll have to thank him when you see him, okay? Lu chirped happily. Yeah, I like that uncle too. He's so cool. Bai gave a non-committal response. Xiao then pointed out, it's getting late. We seem to be stuck on the 3rd floor. What are we going to do? How are we supposed to get down? Bai shouted, be careful. But before she finished speaking, she was knocked flying. Lu's eyes were wide with terror. Xiao, she gasped. She just vanished. Bai screamed Xiao's name, his voice filled with panic. He stood frozen, staring at the empty space, his mind refusing to accept what he had just witnessed. A grotesque, mutated green frog hopped into view, with a monstrous figure perched gleefully on its back. It shrieked. That was fun. Froggy, send those grown-ups flying. Bai's heart pounded in his chest. I was careless, he thought. Looks like I seriously underestimated the danger here. The frog took a deep breath, preparing to attack. Bai quickly dodged to the side. Bai was stunned. That's incredibly powerful, he exclaimed. Hui, get down and stay still. I'll draw it away. Bai thought to himself. I can't believe how strong even the weakest infected are in this zone. They're all elites. The frog began charging up another attack. As Bai dodged the creature's attacks, he yelled, hey, didn't your parents ever teach you not to spit like that? The creature simply replied, my mom and dad were too loud, so I put them in the frog's tummy. Bai suddenly realized he couldn't feel his left hand, but before he could focus on it, he noticed the monster had finished charging up its attack. Xiao had survived. Thank goodness I managed to control the airflow, she thought, catching her breath. What hit me? Her chest throbbed with pain. Looking around, she realized the building had sustained even more damage. Bai evaded the relentless onslaught, exclaiming, that's freaking powerful. Can it even do that rapid-fire thing? Good thing it was fixated on me, otherwise. Hold on. Wait, frog, gecko, mosquito. Bai had an idea to use the mosquitoes to their advantage. He yelled, Hui, grab Lu and meet me at the door. The monster took notice, and Lu anxiously said, that monster's staring at us. The monster and Lu locked eyes. The monster grinned and said, I want that little yellow animal. Seeing his chance, Bai quickly flung his knife. The monster narrowly avoided the attack and let out a roar. Bai knew he had to lead it to the door. Hey, brat, he yelled, why don't you aim that toad attack of yours over here? The monster bellowed, his voice filled with fury. Frog, he commanded, destroy him. The Froa, gathering its power, unleashed a tempest of emerald energy. Bai saw his chance. The door could be opened. The attack ripped through the very fabric of the walls, leaving Bai in stunned silence. And then, a cloud of mosquitoes descended. He yelled, these mosquitoes are the frog's favorite food. Hui, get behind me. When the time comes, stick close. We'll have to hope these garlands keep the mosquitoes away. The mosquitoes swarmed the frog, who seemed to relish their presence. The monster yelled, frog, stop eating. Kill these people for me. But the frog kept munching away. Luckily, Bai was relieved. The 7 Li incense is still working, he said. The mosquitoes aren't biting us. Looks like our gamble paid off. Just then, the wall began to crack. The previous attack had left huge cracks in the wall. Bai said anxiously, these mosquitoes might have hatched from those pomegranate seeds in the hallway. We need to get out of here now. Suddenly, the building started shaking violently. Bai was confused. An earthquake, he wondered. No, it feels like the toad has disturbed one of the building's support walls. The entire building was starting to fall apart. Bai yelled, "Hurry, this place is coming down. There's the exit." But the exit ahead had just caved in. Bai yelled, "Get back." "Oh no, the door. It's blocked. The back door. Go now." But alas, that too was sealed. Bai spat out a curse. Despair washed over Bai. "This is it," he gasped. "We're trapped. There's no way out." Unbeknownst to them, in a room above, on the second floor, Halu was lost in his own world, dancing with joyous abandon in front of the television. But his joyous dance was abruptly cut short. A falling stone struck him down. Bai, finding refuge in a corner of the collapsing first floor, urgently spoke. "Listen to me, both of you. This place should offer some protection. Listen to me, you too. And remember this, no matter what horrors unfold, you must survive." But even as he spoke, a stone crashed down, and blood gushed from his mouth. Hui was beside herself with fear. Moments later, the entire building collapsed. Xiao was in disbelief. How could it have collapsed? She arrived at the rubble, her heart breaking. This was shoddy construction. Hui, Bai, Lu, Qi. Unbeknownst to her, a zombie was watching her from behind. Time back to chapter 17. The scene shifts to the outskirts of W City. There, a colossal weapon unleashed the devastating armor-piercing projectile, number 58. It screamed through the air, a harbinger of destruction, soaring towards the sky of H City. The armor-piercing round targeted the massive zombie in the H City library. It tried to block the projectile, but it still pierced through. On the 15th floor of Zone B in the library, someone murmured, "So, the world we live in is round." A person reported, "Sir, we found the person you were looking for." It was Black Wu Chu, from the Peking Opera, Sencha Ku, who spoke. "Sir, these are the two foreign language teachers you asked for. However, one of them is being very difficult." The teacher on the left is silent and terrified. She teaches English at a primary school. The one on the right is haughty and yelling, "What are you creatures grabbing me for? Let me go. Do you know who my father is?" She teaches English at a university. He added, "Sir, this library is now full of people, just as you instructed." He closed the book, a copy of 100,000 Wiz, and said, "All right, keep bringing me humans. They'll be very useful. I can't believe that in just a few thousand years, humanity has advanced to the point where they can challenge the very heavens. But," he stood up and said, "even if evolved for thousands of years, this brain-dead talk is still endless." The female teacher shouted, "Pervert, bastard, beast, don't come over here." I know what you want to do," he replied playfully. "Oh, you know what I want to do?" He chuckled, a chilling sound. "But what consequence is there?" And with that, he struck her down, the gruesome feast beginning in an instant. The other teacher's scream tore through the air, a testament to her utter horror. He recoiled, spitting, the mouthful onto the floor. "What is this?" he gagged. "Have these modern humans been raised on poison? The taste is wretched." He stalked towards the cowering teacher, her pleas a whimper in the air. Don't kill me." He extended a single, menacing finger. "The bloom of terror," he murmured, "is the fairest of all." "Might makes right," he declared. "From this moment forth, you will instruct me in the English tongue." He produced a dog-eared textbook. She eyed it with suspicion. A middle school primer. He grinned, a chillingly predatory expression on his face. "But first," he purred, "I have a little something for you to try." The female teacher's scream was a piercing shriek of pure terror. Outside, the monstrous zombie bellowed in, its regenerative abilities a terrifying advantage. Within the library's besieged walls, Ghost Stick of the Yanuang special abilities. Team's 5th squad grimly warned, "Captain, that thing can regenerate. We're in for a fight." Evil Arat, the squad's leader, responded coolly, "Patience, Ghost Stick. Our mission remains, extract the civilians from this hellhole." The captain said, "This thing's hide is incredibly tough. We should let the military handle it. Let's wait and see." Chameleon has already infiltrated the building to scout things out. But this place is indeed a dangerous and treacherous place. Ghost Stick muttered in exasperation, "These infected are supposed to be nothing but mindless beasts. How is it that the creatures in this building are so powerful? And what's with the hostages? What kind of nightmare is this?" At that very moment, Chameleon of the Yanuang 5th Squad was stealthily infiltrating the building. He was puzzled. If these monsters aren't eating the people they've captured, what are they planning to do with them? And why are they keeping them locked up so securely in the library? Then he noticed something. Wait. What is that? He was devoured by a giant mutated chameleon. The captain heard Chameleon scream over the radio and said worriedly, "Oh no, Chameleon. He's been caught." On the 5th floor of Zone A in the library, the 4 survivors were gathered. Their leader, Appetizer, was engrossed in a book. "Hey," Evil Sister complained, "we've been captured by monsters, and you're just reading." "You're too calm," he replied, These monsters don't seem to want to eat us. I'm just trying to relax a little. But then evil sister noticed the title of his book. Out of all the books in this library, she exclaimed, "Why that one?" He said righteously, "That's not true. This book can help one understand a young woman's heart and has a very deep meaning. It's a great book." He then pointed at Jia and said, "You should take a look at what those two tasteless people are reading. Look at his oh my god, what kind of trashy book is that? Look over here. I really can't bear to look straight at it. She has been destroyed." Evil sister was a little speechless. Jia said, "We also really have nothing to do. We were captured by these monsters who can speak human language before we even reached the city area. We have been imprisoned for a whole day and night, and we don't know what they want to do." Evil sister suggested, "There's only one guard watching us. With so many of us captured, we should try to figure out a way to escape soon." Appetizer replied helplessly, pointing to the librarian zombie. "I'd love to escape too," he said, "but that lady over there is keeping a close eye on us. How are we supposed to get away? Did you see those claws?" The zombie's neck twisted with a sickening crack. "But we outnumber them," someone cried. A chorus of terrified screams erupted from the room next door. That's them," a voice whispered in terror. "They've brought so many people here." The zombie, its voice a guttural rasp, snarled, "Humans. You will not escape. It's pointless." Appetizer thought to himself, "I don't want to die here either. But a direct confrontation is definitely out of the question. That monster literally sliced a would-be escapee in half. We'll have to use our brains. Thankfully, this monster seems to retain some semblance of humanity." He then said, "1 + 2. I need to borrow your little something for a bit." And then he shared his plan with the group. Evil sister worriedly said, "Milky, your idea is not good. If you are not careful, you will become 2 pieces of milk." But Appetizer said, "I am the captain. It was me who brought you into the fire pit, so it should be me who leads you out. Besides, this handsome guy has been in love for 20 years. As long as it is a female animal, they all have a crush on me. Actually, he is still single." He said confidently, "Don't worry. Actually, I have another nickname called Movie King." Outside the library's northwest corner, special forces arrived here. One person said to stop. "Old Eagle is injured. We need our side to set off firecrackers." The tank unit was ambushed en route. "The rescue of the people trapped in the library will be handled by us and the 5th Special Abilities team for the time being. Panda will set off the firecrackers to distract the monsters in front of the building." Then someone fired a shell. Hearing the explosion, Evil Aurat, who was positioned in the southwest corner of the library, said, "The monster shave been drawn to the north. Let's move out." With a mighty roar, he unleashed the Vora fist, smashing through the wall. "Wow," he grunted, "that wall was thick. Damn these beasts to hell," he roared, his voice thick with anger. "They've pushed me to my breaking point. I'll draw their fire. You get those people out of here." On the 5th floor of the library's A section, something skittered across the floor. The zombie noticed it too. Just then, the acting king made a dramatic entrance, saying nonchalantly, "Mom, I believe you've dropped something." He then pointed to the object and exclaimed, in mock surprise, "Oh my goodness, isn't that the new skin cream Evrion stacking about? It costs a fortune. I've been dying to get my hands on one." He thought to himself, "This has to work." He even jumped up excitedly, and said, "I've heard that this stuff will make your skin look so soft and radiant. I've always wanted to try it." "Excuse me, Mom, is this yours?" He thought, women love their looks, and judging by her outfit, she must have been quite stylish in life. "I'm taking a gamble here, but I don't think she'll actually hurt me." The zombie grunted, I think I recognize that. Give it here." He thought triumphantly, "Yes, I did it. I'm a genius." He then said to the zombie, "Mom, could you look over here for a moment?" He continued to distract the zombie, allowing the hostages to escape. "Seriously," he said in an exaggerated tone, "with skin as radiant as yours, this product will make it even. Well," he thought to himself, "she's even scarier looking up close." Unfortunately, the zombie spotted the fleeing hostages. The zombie roared, "Die," and immediately killed 3 people. But then, with a desperate lunge, Appetizer wrestled the zombie into submission. "Well, this is it," he yelled, a grim determination in his voice. "Looks like I'm about to become a hero. I've got it pinned. Get out of here, now." The zombie, struggling against his hold, could only bellow, "No escape." The zombie, carrying him piggyback, lurched after the fleeing group, its movements causing Appetizer to bounce awkwardly. "Oh, this isn't good," he moaned. "To die beneath the peony, even as a ghost, I'd still be a lover." He then reached out his hand. He tried to touch the zombie's chest but was immediately sent flying and skidded across the floor. Evil sister happened to see him and exclaimed in surprise, "Quick, he's still alive." Evil sister said, That monster went after the people who ran to the left. Let's go right quick. They pulled him along and ran to the right. The zombie went left, yelling, don't run. Suddenly, many tentacles emerged from its neck. The zombie killed several people instantly, and they ran to the 5th floor hallway. Evil sister said, we should be safe here for the time being. He's unconscious. We need to wake him up. Jia said confidently, I've got this. He then said to him, your computer's hard drive crashed. He immediately woke up in a panic, shouting, ah, my 200 gigs of study materials. You little weasel, he exclaimed, a hint of amusement in his voice. You think you can pull a fast one on me? But his playful tone quickly shifted to one of alarm. Look out, he roared. Jia, however, remained unaware of the peril overhead, a puzzled expression on his face. Ha, he muttered. Is he trying to get even with me already? Jia said, stop acting, I know you're the acting king. And also, before he could finish his sentence, the attack from above struck. They both screamed, and Jia was killed. Appetizer yelled, run, I'm so sorry to you. The monster simply roared, devour. Just then, they noticed someone sitting motionless ahead. He looked injured and thought, how come all the monsters in this building are stronger than the ones we saw outside? He then noticed the 3 of them. Appetizer asked, hey, are you alright? Can you walk? There are monsters chasing us. He replied, I'm okay. Come with me. I can get you out of here. This building is far more dangerous than we imagined. He thought grimly. With so few of us, we're hopelessly outmatched. Our only hope is to save whoever we can and what the captain? He. At that very moment, in the library's section lobby, a zombie smirked, gleefully snapping selfies with his phone, reveling in his bloody handiwork. White Wusheng, from Peking Opera, Sanchaku, said, the Lord asked me to find some electronic products of this era. I didn't expect someone to deliver them to my door so soon. But he thought, I seem to have had this thing in my previous life. The wind outside the building howled. It's 4:38 a.m. Below the ruins, Hui awakens. She called out Bai's name, which woke Lu up. When she saw him, she exclaimed, oh my, uncle, what happened? Why is your skin blue? The blue thing is Bai's soul, he said to Lu. I'm leaving. Lu was shocked. Uncle, Lu's voice trembled with fear. Where are you going? Are you leaving me behind? Hui, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, approached cautiously. Lu, she asked, her brow furrowed. Who are you talking to? Bai reached out to touch Lu, but his hand passed through him like a ghost. A faint smile touched his lips as he spoke. I'm going to join the man in the green hat in heaven. Take care of Hui for me. Suddenly, it dawned on Lu. Mom had told him that grandma had gone to heaven and would never return. Bai said, goodbye, Lu. Hui. Wei. Uncle, no. Lu screamed, his voice raw with desperation. He lunged forward, but in his haste, he collided with Bai, the impact landing squarely in his most sensitive area. Bai, I'm leaving. Goodbye everyone. Hui, waiting for you to fly to the sky. Lu, uncle, don't go. I support you. I support you. Xiao, why are you chasing me? Monster, I need Ji Jutang Jiang, author, Pancake. In the far reaches of the universe, there exist 2 planets called Egg. Lu used Egg Destruction Wave, shouting, uncle, don't go. Bai was hit by this attack and directly had his soul sucked back. Alright, that's enough. You can stop pushing me now. I think I'm going to be okay. What? Oh, my hand. Bai withdrew his hand, but it was numb. Hui looked at him anxiously and exclaimed, your hand. Bai reassured her, I'm okay, I think. The wound's closing up fast, but I think the other hand might have been poisoned. What are we going to do? I'm starting to feel really weak. What's happening to me? Hui asked. What do we do now? Bai replied, we're trapped underneath this thing and I'm really weak. Lu had fallen asleep from exhaustion, but she was still calling out, uncle, don't leave. Bai was confused. She's asleep. Well, she really saved us this time. Bai said, my body's been super strengthened. If I can recover now, I might even be able to dig us out of here. Let me rest for a bit first. Hui replied, it's probably early morning now. Let's get some rest. 4 hours later, Bai woke up. He was starting to panic. Oh no. I'm still so weak even after resting. What are we going to do? He noticed Hui. Her face was flushed. Bai. I wanted to. Bai interrupted. Hui, what's wrong? Why are you so red? Do you have a fever? Hui stammered. Bai, I need to pee. Bai was taken aback. What? Did I just hear that? Wait a minute. Hold on. That voice sounded like. The voice came again. It was Lu. Uncle, I need to pee, she mumbled. Hui then said, I'm thirsty. Bai felt her forehead. She was a little feverish. Bai thought, she really does have a fever, but thankfully it's not too bad. A person can only survive for 4 or 5 days without water, but if they have water, They can last for 10 days or so. Then he realized something. I haven't recovered yet. Which means we're all going to be stuck here. Lu was still yelling. I need to pee. Bai replied. Hold on, let Hui help you. Bai said. This was a residential building, so there should be plenty of supplies in the rubble. Let me have a look around. But we can't disturb this small space. If it collapses again, we're done for. Ha, speak of the devil. I think I found a bottle of Coke, but on closer inspection, it was actually a bottle of soy sauce. From the Coke brand. He told Hui to empty the soy sauce and let Lu pee into the bottle. I'll keep looking. He continued to rummage around, thinking, I wonder what they'll think if they find out. We might starve to death here. My body's definitely overdone it. Without food and water, I'm just going to get weaker and weaker. I wonder if Xiao will come looking for us. Otherwise, we're really going to die here. Meanwhile, outside the ruins of the building, Xiao was devastated, believing everyone was dead. Behind her, a zombie was chasing her, growling menacingly. Meanwhile, in the rubble, Bai had finally found something. He found a bottle of soy sauce, a bottle of wine, half a pack of tissues, a fruit knife, 2 flattened oranges, and a deck of cards. Hui asked Bai, tell me the truth. Are we trapped? Bai sighed and said, no, we'll get out of here. Just give me some time to recover. I'm pretty badly hurt right now, so it'll probably take a couple of days at least. But don't worry, I'll get us out. He then added, here, drink some of this. It might help with your fever. He handed her a bottle of wine. Hui sniffed it and asked, this is wine? Bai replied, lucky for us, it's actually a pretty good wine. This is our only source of water, so don't drink too much. I can't believe this glass bottle survived without breaking. He then added, by the way, empty your pockets. Let's see if we have anything useful. Hui said, all I have are a few band-aids and a pack of tissues. Bai asked Lu if she had anything else on her. Lu only pulled out a piece of beef jerky. Bai was puzzled. That's strange. I thought you only had lollipops with you. Where did that beef jerky come from? Lu looked a little flustered and pulled out another piece of beef jerky. Bai was puzzled more, but Lu insisted sincerely. No, uncle, that's all. Bai was still suspicious and asked her to show him what else she had. Lu reluctantly pulled out another piece of beef jerky. 3 pieces, she said. Really? That's all I have. Bai picked her up without hesitation. Lu asked, uncle, what are you doing? The next moment, he turned her upside down and started shaking her vigorously. A bunch of things fell out. They stares at the pile of food, his eyes wide with disbelief. So much. A flicker of hope crosses his face. Maybe I can still recover. He counts the items. 15 pieces of beef jerky, 2 jellies, 5 lollipops, 5 chocolate bars, and 2 bottles of milk. Lu's clothes suddenly looked much looser and she started crying. Uncle, you are a big meanie. I'm never going to be friends with you again. Bai replied, is this because I wouldn't let you drink that dodgy milk and chew jelly earlier? I can't believe you were hiding all this food. This definitely increases our chances of getting out of here. Bai said seriously, don't underestimate these kids' snacks. They're actually great for restoring energy. Note, stealing kid snacks is wrong. Bai then checked his own pockets and found only a letter from the soldier to his family. There's also a photo. He wondered, who's in this picture?